Rage Whale. 3 friends, too many opinions, 1 podcast.
Welcome to episode 73, The Resurrection. This is our second coming as Emmanuel Bonami gives us permission to continue the podcast after we have him as a guest when we said we'd finish it at that point. We also discuss how much fun we had on a previous episode, number 72, with Joanna Pido and Emmanuel Bonami. We also reflect on the podcast in general, talk about John Lennon, Billy Connolly, and Don't Move, the new exciting film on Netflix. Also, Kevin's been to see Heretic, but he can't tell us too much about it. We hope you enjoy us rambling on today. Thank you! I've got a thing to open with, even though it's already started recording, and this is episode 73 now.
But that's cool, because that's almost like a cliffhanger. People might be like, what's that? What's he going to say? Like, what is it?
This is currently the same evening as 72, and we're on a bit of a high of 72. Would you like to, actually, I don't know if I vetoed this, but this is prior to the last episode. If you've not listened to episode 72, it's a very special episode because we have a very famous actor, shock, surprise all, and here's a message Kate sent me prior when I teased that she should be on it. That's not loud enough. 1 second. Kate is well spoken and doesn't swear normally that much.
I'm going to put this nicely, but pick up you cunt. I want to know what the surprise is. Fucking pick up. Pick up your phone. I want to know. I want to bother you until you tell me. Only don't stop being. And tell me. I'm going to sing this song at you. I'm really excited, just in case it's really good. Tell me.
So she called me a C-bomb multiple times there. So yeah. Quality.
So watch episode 72 to know what that's all about.
Gareth sent me 2 voice notes as well, but I can't listen to those right now. Oh, and here is James.
So is this 73 then?
This is 73. We have now changed. We are, by the way, James, just so you don't think anything weird, we are recording already.
Oh.
And we're just mentioning how good the last episode was. So the people listening to this who haven't listened to the one before, listen to the one before because it's probably better than this one.
But no spoilers. No spoilers, though, so people can go back.
No.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I took some photos when our surprise guest surprised the guests, and we had 7 people in a row.
It was insane.
That's a lot.
We looked like ABBA, basically.
And everyone was just like...
James forgot the power of speech. Like, it was.
I did. I was extremely shocked. We had an amazing actor on with us. Yeah, I was shocked.
I just felt so bad that I hadn't seen the film he was in. Like, you guys are like saying scenes or moments, or like this bit was amazing, and I was like, I wish I saw that film.
And you said the trailer. You said the right thing, but you didn't follow up quietly. You went, there's like a scene in a corridor, right?
Yeah, no, but in the trailer, no, there's loads of spiders running down the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very prominent moment. I was going to say something similar, but because you said that, I couldn't really follow that up.
He was really funny, but like, yeah, I think he was like saying there was lots of moments in corridors. I was like,
how much was going on there? We had me, you, and Drew all about the UK. We had
Joanna and Kate from Zurich.
Yeah, and then you had Emmanuel in Paris, which sounds like a
movie. In space.
Yeah, and we had Gareth and a lay-by.
Oh yeah.
With victims, yeah. That was 7 people at one time.
That was so
7 or 8? 7?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sod, I was going to say fuck Emmanuel in space, but that's not a great sentence. But
I think that
Sod
happened,
Emmanuel in space.
I think someone else did that.
Emmanuel on the outskirts of Paris is the correct.
I think it's insane that like a couple of months ago we watched a French film, and for a joke, we're like, oh, he was always on IMDb and stuff.
It was because, well, now I thought it was you, but apparently it was Drew. I can't remember specifically.
If you watch that episode, it is. It is.
But you
But
mentioned
we
the
clocked
spider
onto the
film.
Emmanuel Bonami thing, and we
And
were
when we both
Googling
looked,
him.
the reason we
and-
pinpointed him was because he's got the most French-sounding name of any French person ever.
And
That was it.
we Wikipedia'd him. There was the whole thing came because his age wasn't on there. That's the whole thing. If his age had been on Wikipedia, none of this would happen.
Well, that's your compulsive thing, because we just said because you joked about Emmanuel in space.
In every
Emmanuel,
episode.
the porn film. When we looked at the first French film we discussed, had an Emmanuel Bonami. I was like, that is the most French name I've ever heard. And then we moved on, and then James ended up 10 minutes later, after he'd read everything, going, "Oh, he doesn't have a birth date." But what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then
And
that
went
began
on
the
for how long?
investigation.
How many episodes?
Well, that was May. 6 months. 6 months we spoke about him every for about 2 months every episode, and then for 4 months every other episode.
Became a running
actually
gag. The
surprised he
Emmanuel
came
Bonami
on.
thing was why Kate got involved.
Because we almost look like a bunch of stalkers.
Yeah, and that's
Making
it.
a podcast about it.
It
And now
continued
the
as
fact
well
that
because
I don't know why I googled him earlier. I really don't know why I googled him earlier at all. But it just came up with his date of birth, and I was like, no way, that's hilarious. It's almost like it's been put in to like troll us.
it was this week.
Guys, I'm
This
still
week you put it
in
in.
That's
shock, though,
hilarious,
guys.
isn't it?
I feel like I'm in a dream, like this is Inception, and I go, oh, I had the weirdest dream about Rage Whale that he came
It
on.
is the
and
weirdest
it's
thing
real.
that we started this crap like a few months ago, and it's like 7 months ago. Like, and just picked the most random actor on the planet Earth, just because his date of birth wasn't on the internet, and now he's joining us, and now he's filming like NCIS, like Europe and stuff, and working with people like old Pichu, whatever he's called, like
Sean
one of the
Petrie.
most. Sean Petrie, yeah, one of the most like famous, like not famous, but most well-known faces in like English acting.
Pertwee, you said Petrie, like a Petri dish.
Pertwee, sorry, it's Sean Pertwee. Sean
Pertwee,
Pertwee.
Sean Pertwee.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the specific dates of this podcast? Because I've got it written down in my
Yeah, I'd like
Ways,
to
you
know,
got it in your
in my
special
calendar of
story.
love.
We
My
didn't really go
calendar.
live till March, did we?
Okay, so January the 14th is our first record.
What?
When did it go live?
The one that just recorded me and didn't record you, because I put you both as producers and we talked about poor things and that never happened.
Fuck's
So
sake,
that,
yeah.
that
And we were
was the
trying to get you
14th.
cancelled as your producers.
And I was like holding my phone in
That was-
Spain. Remember
Yeah,
that?
that was the 14th of January, and we did a few before we made it live, and we made it live on the date of 18th of March.
I was just about to say 18th, yeah.
Wow.
So wait,
So-
did we have a few rehearsals then in between then? Because we had 2 months of practice before we went live again.
Yeah, we did. I don't think we did it every week. I can't remember. We did a few. Oh no, the first couple fucked up, and
Yeah.
then the next few. I think we wanted to go live. I think we actually had 6
Was it
or 7
April we started our
episodes
first
before we
one?
went live,
Was
so that we
April
had
the first one?
a bunch. You
Well,
don't want
I
to go
remember
live.
you kept
once.
So
saying
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, going into so nearly 7 months.
7 months, yeah.
But I remember Kev coming to us and saying,
June,
we have to
July,
rehearse. We have to
September.
rehearse because we can't just
So
turn
not
up
even
and
7
ring and
months.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, isn't it?
It was 2 months, so we must have had 8 episodes before we went live. Because yes,
I
actually,
think we agreed we'd have at least 10 or something before we went live,
Yeah,
so we could
because
upload
we
content.
went live and then we recorded 8 and so then we recorded 9 and 10. 9 and 10 being the Oscars and the reason behind the name Rage Whale, episode 10.
Yeah. Is that the backgammon, not backgammon, Pac-Man, where I spelled
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man wrong?
Definitely not backgammon.
Pac-Man, yeah.
Absolute weirdo.
I think that was quite a fun episode, though. I'm absolutely trolly because my mate was like, "You sounded off your tits on that episode." I'm like, I had so many dark and stormies, and you were saying it's time to have a light and sleepy or something.
A lie down and sleepies.
yeah. Oh, that was a great episode. This is like a nostalgic episode 73 here. So
But that's it. We'll do a special in the new year of our 1 year anniversary and stuff. And also, we need to plan for a Christmas special and do like Christmas movies and shit like that as well. It's not long away, man. Not long away at all. But what I'm excited for at the moment is that this week, well, if you're listening to this, this is a pointless conversation, but this week coming out, as in last week if you're listening to this, we've got our New York guest,
oh wow.
Peter, who's a film reviewer, and he's coming on to talk about Terrifier 3. And we're going to do, just for you, if you're listening and you haven't listened to the spoiler specials because you're going to watch it and you want to avoid it, we're going to be doing spoiler specials on the, not regular, on the
Did we do that last week?
Yeah, but it's coming out on Thursday, this week.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we didn't do that last week.
It's like the Ragewell multiverse thing we have going on.
So anytime you guys watch a film, I'm probably going to be chatting to Peter on my own because you don't go to the cinema and you have a closed down cinema. Me and Peter are probably going to chat about Heretic next week. Do you know what's weird? All films come out to America first, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. Peter does not have Heretic.
Back in the day they did.
Peter doesn't have Heretic yet.
Is that because it's got Hugh Grant in it?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're racist.
Purely
They're like, fuck the Australians.
Yeah. Hugh Grant demands that it comes out in the UK.
Isn't he
first.
Australian, not British?
Who?
Hugh Grant.
Shut up.
What? He's
Hugh
English,
Grant's
dude.
British.
Thought he was Australian.
Are you insane?
No.
Are you... Wait a minute.
Oh, Hugh Grant. Sorry, wait. I thought you meant
Hugh
Wolverine.
Jackman.
My bad. Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman.
Fuck's sake.
What, did you just mistake Darcy for Wolverine?
Yeah. Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely yes. I love the lack of excuses.
No.
You've got me. You've got me in the truth zone. I can't escape.
Everyone made a guess on Hugh Jackman on this week's episode, and you're all saying like in the 50s. No one said an exact age.
55.
Everyone guessed an age.
55.
56.
Oh, you
I win.
son of a beasting.
Wait, no. Drew, you're correct. He's 55.
No, if you do
he is
Price is Right,
$56.
£1 over, you lose.
He's 56 next week on the 12th.
There you
And
go.
today is the 4th. He is 56 next week, Tuesday.
Thank you for being 55.
And
'Cause
he's
I'm-
got the best rib cage and abdomen of any human being on the earth.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the show. Just a reminder to say we love and appreciate you all for listening to the podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, follow, as this really helps us continue to progress and improve the content and keeps us making these fun episodes for you guys. Oh, we're also on these things called Instagram and TikTok. You can follow us there too, as we share short, funny reels on the reg that you can share with friends if you like. Now, back to the mayhem.
Actually, can we let's just have a little moment about Hugh Jackman. I think his performance. I was watching.
Do you want a 1 minute silence?
No. Yeah, for his six pack.
And
Let's have a little
suddenly,
bit of
boom.
silence for his 8-pack. No, but I was watching.
Yeah, you'll get that reference. 1 minute silence, and suddenly, boom.
I was watching the scene.
Straight from your mother's womb.
I was,
Just another fuck.
I was watching the scene in Deadpool, the new one, in the car. You know, they beat the crap out of each other.
Don't stop watching films whilst you're driving. That's illegal.
Yeah.
The scene where they beat the crap out of each other in the car in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Gloss over the
With the
illegal
music when Greatest Showman comes on is amazing.
See, this is the only problem with drinking a cup of tea when you guys
So
are on
funny.
alcohol. Because, like, you guys are, like, in a pub vibe, and I'm in, like, a cafe vibe. So,
/ prisoner of war vibe.
Get out of that cafe and have a beer, you peanut.
Ask Ahmed if you can have a drink.
I'm sorry, I've got to...
No, Ahmed's there with a gun to your head. So just say, look, please.
Most terrorists are called Dave, just so
Yeah,
you know.
I'll tell them you're treating me fairly.
So, why are you watching TV in the car? Are you being chauffeured?
No, dude, no. You got this completely wrong. If you listen to what I said when you're not under the influence...
You know what? You know what I love best is when Drew starts a conversation, we interject by fucking him over a little bit.
You assholes.
And look, Drew, you mentioned this earlier. This is part of our dynamic and our brand. If we let you speak fully, a full sentence,
People
it's
don't
not
appreciate the
rage.
episode. It's not rage wail. I love that. It's not abuse. It's rage wail.
So, tell us your intellectual story about Hugh Jackman's abs whilst you're driving a car on the motorway and not killing children.
So, Hugh Jackman's monologue in that scene is awesome. Basically, there was a clip on the old social media, and he's just fucking brilliant in that scene, man. But what I'm saying is, like, when you watch that scene, he puts so much into it. Do you know what I mean?
So much of what?
His acting abilities.
Not his Pen 1.5.
So much of his ribs and his torso into those scenes. No, he's so good. Like, it's like he gives 110% to his acting. Like, he's not phoning it in. Do you know what I mean? He goes full Wolverine, man.
He's got full pager.
Yeah, he's so good, man, in that scene. And that monologue's really well written, I think.
Groove Armada.
I've noticed that Hugh Jackman likes to punch vehicles. So, like, in Prisoners,
He's like Ryu on Street Fighter.
Yeah, in Prisoners, he beats the steering wheel. In Deadpool and Wolverine, he punches the roof part of the car. So yeah, he's got a bit of beef with vehicles.
We didn't even mention to Joanna Pido. I love saying her name so much. Joanna Pido, because she watched Deadpool and Wolverine and really enjoyed it as well. So I was going to mention that, but we ran out of time.
Such a great movie.
Crazy. Who do you think you are? Yeah.
I'm glad we had a gag for her at the end of it when she put the effort into doing all the jokes for our name.
That was so lovely.
That was the same, wasn't it?
That was so cool. I didn't get
At
my
least we
one.
got one in for her at the end.
Well, you did.
I'm glad she knows who he was. Or it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have landed.
Well, but did you get my one? Did you understand my one? I didn't necessarily.
Yeah, I understood all of them. They're all popular songs.
What was my song?
I can't remember any of them now because I've had more than one rum. But I will make a social clip of that.
You are in one rum right now. One big rum. With a monitor and a cat.
I'm going to go back a second because Gareth especially will appreciate this. Hello, Gareth. Don't fall asleep at the wheel. Drive safely. Anyway, James, you were saying... What was
you can't listen live, right? So that's completely pointless.
You were saying 1 minute silence. Can you repeat that again? I want to hear what you said again.
What?
The lyric.
And suddenly, boom, straight from
your mother's womb.
Just another fuck, no one gives a fuck, doom.
Boom!
Have you guys
enjoyed that?
What is
the
that?
best albums ever. This place will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Can you believe I haven't heard
this
the
place
album?
Self-destruct in 4 seconds.
Chemical Romance.
Recognize that, Kev?
Chemical Love Romance? Love Chemical Romance?
1 minute silence. Don't say embarrassing things, Drew. Available in all... All right.
Yeah,
show and tell.
On the album when it goes available in all colours.
Available in all colours. Signed.
Shut up.
Buy now, save later. Signed.
Shut up.
What?
We bounce. Signed.
You send me one, Em.
We float.
Revolution. Signed.
Why don't you send me one, Em, as a good friend?
That's a good friend.
And I also am friends with Yap online. I've chatted to him, and I was going to buy one of these art pieces, and then a pandemic happened, and I didn't want to spend $2,000 on some art. So
probably a good decision.
Probably. Oh, do you know? Right, if I tilt this,
was he going to take you out?
Can you see that art piece on the wall there? That white one.
Yeah.
No.
That one there by the window, the big white one.
Just a little white thing.
A little bit. I can see like a cat inside a coffee cup with a tail and.
Yeah, nothing specific. Let me get it. Oh no, I can't.
Oh, here we go.
I can't. It's. Hold on.
Careful, dude. You're under the rum tum.
No, you can't see it. You can't see it. It's a John Lennon art print, an original one from
1998.
Well, wow. I think it was prior to his death because he did it. So prior to 1980. And it's a John Lennon art piece. And when the pandemic happened, so at the time I just moved to Chester, I just got a job in Liverpool, and I was working in Liverpool in this office, and I fucking hated it. I'd only just started as well. and the pandemic, we had. I was on holiday. I was in Glasgow with Billy Connolly.
Why would you be on holiday in Glasgow?
Not a holiday. I just had a holiday, as in not a holiday. I had a few days off, and I was in.
Not a holiday. Yeah.
No, not a holiday. I wasn't in the fucking Caribbean. No, I had a few days off because I went to Glasgow to take photos of Billy Connolly for his art exhibition.
Nice.
Because I knew the art curator, because I bought a piece of her when I was doing a film. I was doing a photo.
What piece of her?
No, so, all right, let me gather it. All right, I'll make this quick. I was doing a photo. I was doing. Can you remember I did that film with Timothy Spall?
Yeah, man.
So I did that film with Timothy Spall. I was the stills photographer for it, and that was in Glasgow. And when I had my day off during doing this job, I walked past Castle Art Galleries in Glasgow, and they had loads of Billy Connolly. So I popped in for a little wander for no reason, just to like check it out. And I met this lovely lady called Nicola, who happened to be the boss of the art gallery, the curator, and she basically convinced me to drop £1,200 that day on an art piece. So I bought it, and I told her, I was just chatting to her, and she was like, oh, we have Billy Connolly here once a year to promote his artwork. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Here's my card. I would like to be there. And she fucking contacted me, and she went, oh, Billy Connolly's coming in 2 months' time. Would you like to come? Yes, please. And that was March of 2020. So I went there. I took my parents to meet Billy Connolly. So they were at the front of the crowd, and Billy Connolly did like a comedy set and a chat and Q&A, and I was in front of the rope. No one else was allowed because there was a pandemic, but there was a bit of a sickness coming, but it hadn't arrived.
It was in the post.
It was in the post. People had heard about COVID, but it wasn't a big thing yet. But as a like a mid-70s guy, he was a bit cautious. So I was the only one allowed to meet him. The crowd wasn't, so I got to meet him. No one else did. And at the end of the show, me and my parents went for a drink, and in the morning I woke up to a text from my boss saying, we're locking down the offices. Come on Monday to collect your shit. So the next day I drove back to Liverpool, collected all my stuff. At the time, I wasn't... At the time, my friend drove me to work because I used to have a company car. Now I didn't. Anyway, he took me to Liverpool because I was on the train previously. So he took me to Liverpool, and when we arrived in Liverpool, everyone, the city was empty because it was lockdown. It was the day of lockdown, like the 19th of March, 2020 or whatever. So what did we do? We went to the pub in Liverpool and got pissed because there was no one there, and the pubs were still open. And then next to the pub was a little art gallery, not an art gallery, like a Beatles place that they sold merchandise and stuff like that. But it had one of the original art prints of John Lennon. And a month prior, I had put £100 deposit on it to say, I want that. And then I went there and I went, oh, well, we're not going to be in work for a little bit. I might as well just go pick it up. So I dropped over £1,000. Took it home, and then within 24 hours realized my job was in jeopardy, my life was in jeopardy, and I just dropped £1,200. I was like, but there it is.
I was like,
John Lennon original.
Do you remember those times when that was the time when pubs looked like the Twister board game? Remember where like you had like red circles near the toilet and arrows going one way, and then it was like you had like you could only go round a certain way in the bar, and that was mental, man.
Like the IKEA of pubs.
But then the weirdest thing, and I was saying to an old lady this the other day at work.
Stop chatting to old ladies, man.
I know, man. I know. I love it.
Kate thinks you want to get in their pants.
It's just a conversation, man. It's just a conversation.
Was she going to get you into a film? What was the scenario?
Yeah, she knew Sigourney Weaver.
Fans video.
She knew Sigourney Weaver. No. Man, I've completely fucking forgotten what I was going to say.
Hello,
now.
Beatrice. Can I walk you to the shops? Can I be in your OnlyFans and get 5% commission from your toenails?
No, that was it. Thank fuck it came back because I was really confused. If you look at McDonald's, and Burger King now, it still feels very COVID-esque because you remember they created the screens at the front and you order stuff. and then they kind of thought, oh well, this is kind of cool because now we don't have to have so many people serving. We could just have these fucking machines and just follow Sainsbury's and Tesco's, and now everything's become screens. And then you got KFC, Burger King, and Mucky Doys.
It's good in a way though. Things got more efficient because of it. We had to adapt, and it's actually improved a lot of services. Not everything, but some things.
I'm upset because I like the one-to-one with people because then you can say heavy on the pickles. You know, like
No offense, the morons.
No, there's gherkins. You can't. There's no button to get extra gherkins on any of those screens.
Oh, you want more gherkins?
Man, I love the shit out of gherkins, dude.
I spent all my youth saying no gherkins. I remember going to Paris and not being able to speak French. So, Emmanuel, you'll appreciate this. Went there and I'd learned French. I was like 13. It was like the second year at school, and I knew basic French. And I went to McDonald's and I went, le burger à la Big Mac avec, stumbled and went, avec no shit. And they were like, you want a plain burger, mate? Oui. And they were like really embarrassed for me because they're like, because it's Paris, everyone's fucking British there, aren't they, or English speaking, so they're fed up with us trying to speak French badly.
Well, butchering French.
Butchering massively.
Easy on the spiders. Easy on the spiders. But but there's no buttons for these extra things, like, which really annoyed me. Like when they say sides, it's like there's chips, there's sauces, but there's no like the things you want in the fucking burger, like extra cheese. No, that doesn't exist. There's extra patty, but what about if you wanted onion or an extra gherkin, or it's.
I think you should be allowed to add unlimited patties to it. If you're willing to pay for it, will they care? Like 20
unlimited patties, like you just. Like a building power
like it costs them nothing to their China trip. You should get like a 20 Big Mac.
Yeah, but how? I mean, that's a huge stack, isn't it? That's going to cost a small fortune.
I'm going to have to do a wee. James, what was the film you watched? What was the films you watched? Pick one.
Wow. Here is our recommendation of what to watch this week.
Sting and Don't Move.
Begin Sting. Tell Drew about Sting. I will be 30 seconds.
Have you seen Sting, Drew?
No.
It's on Netflix now. Very strange. Okay. It's a alien spider.
Okay.
Comes out on a meteorite.
Yeah.
And just evolves into like a killing machine, really.
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad. It's like a movie Australia film, so none of the actors are big.
Is it?
It's like...
Is the spider called Sting, or...?
Yeah, the girl that finds it and makes it her pet calls it Sting.
Okay, cool.
But it is decent. But I would say if I was going to recommend one thing on Netflix, it would be Don't Move.
I've heard about this,
which is the guy from American Horror Story and Ratchet. It's the girl from Yellowstone, the Native American girl. And it's a really, really original horror.
Okay.
Very original. Like, you watch it and think, I've never seen anything like this before. And you really don't know where it's going. Like, you can't predict it.
Is that the one with Halle Berry as well? No.
No. It's literally, there's like 5 actors in the whole film.
Okay.
It's very much based, she is the main person, and 80% of the movie is just her. And then there's a few other actors in there, but it's probably like a handful of actors in the whole film. It's very psychological, but very, very like scary because of the way it does.
I heard you mention some films she was in. Did you mention the important one?
A seasoned killer injects a grieving woman with a paralytic agent.
No, wrong film.
She must run, fight, and hide before her body shuts down.
I thought you were on Sting. When did you change subject? I thought you were talking about Sting.
Don't Move.
Don't you?
But you didn't mention anything about Sting then.
He did. He mentioned it was a spider alien.
But I didn't want to give it away because I didn't want to give anything away.
Well, Sting is literally like Alien, as in Sigourney Weaver Alien. It's like carbon copy, but with a spider. It's weird.
I
The
need to check
girl,
it
the girl from Furiosa.
It's good, but I would say if you're going to watch
Yeah.
anything from what I'd recommend, it would be Don't Move, because it's very
Yeah.
original.
Yeah. Sorry, Dre, I interrupted
Very
because I
small
came back.
cast.
No, it's all
Very
good.
small
Well, we love
cast. The
our.
guy from American Horror Story is brilliant. Like, he's such a good psychopath. It's unbelievable.
Well, we love
And
our
Ratchet is in.
horrors, don't we? Like our kind of
Yeah,
original
yeah.
horrors.
Don't Move is very good. I
Brilliant.
really enjoyed
Excellent
that.
movie. Excellent movie.
Much
Why it
better than I
wasn't at the
expected.
cinema, I don't know. Probably because it doesn't have any like AAA superstars in it.
The concept of that premise sounds very kind of intriguing and
It's
horrendous, because it's like
horrific.
if someone's been injected with that stuff. I'm trying to think. I've seen a few
Oh
films
my
where
god,
they've
the
been
whole
injected
thing
with that.
goes through it, and it's just from her point of view, a lot of it, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
It seems a little bit like Hush, if I'm honest. Like it's got that kind of element.
To me, it's what I think In a Violent Nature should have been. Because In a Violent Nature has that like premise, but there's way too many dead spots. Whereas this has the same premise, but from the victim's point of view. And it's like, it's so much better. It keeps you guessing the whole time. Every time you think you know what's going to happen, you're like,
Don't give anything away for Don't Move.
No, I won't.
But
it's
the
brilliant.
good thing about it is that I'm not giving anything away. Well, not much, but like it could seem like a boring film because it from the trailer it's like in situ, like phone booth, like how good that film is. Like it's in situ, but oh my god, that for an hour and 20 minutes, that is gripping.
Yeah.
This is a bit different. It's like semi situ, and then the drug starts wearing off, and it's the panic of is she going to pretend she's still paralyzed and do things, or is she still fucked and really struggling
Also, the
to
way
do
the
things?
film ends leaves it open to a sequel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very open to
Do you
a
reckon
sequel.
the sequel will be called Seriously Don't Move?
No, it leaves it open to a sequel
Honestly.
or a prequel. A prequel, Kev, you'd imagine would be amazing.
I'd like to know more about him because he's done
Yeah.
lots of murders and
And a
lots of
sequel.
things.
It could be one of them films where you do a prequel then a sequel. It could be a trilogy. It could be amazing.
Okay.
I just really enjoyed it. I just thought it was quality.
He's such a good actor, though.
Let's talk about things, but not talk about things in the sense that because what I've watched recently that I know Kevin really wants to watch, and maybe James has seen a trailer of or whatever, is Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
Which is on
the
Netflix.
female serial
serial
killer or some
killer.
shit.
Mate,
Yeah.
it is so good.
On
tell you
Now
what-
TV.
I tell you what was crazy though, Kev. You know our friend David Elliott.
Yes. Good old David Elliott.
Good old David Elliott, right? He wrote a screenplay thing called Kill List or something like that. It was something like this guy who writes a list of people he wants to
I know
kill.
that. That's a great film.
Yeah, no. Oh, no. Sorry, no. But there's another film called Kill List. But David wrote like a film based on a guy that has a list of people he wants to kill. But obviously, it was kind of there was a bit more kind of dark comedy in it. But there was elements of Sweet Pea that felt like a complete, like they completely stole the idea.
True, without giving anything away on Sweet Pea, which Gogglebox gives away every single week.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for Teacup on Peacock?
Sorry, that sentence is genius. Teacup on
Teacup.
Peacock.
Teacup.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Yeah,
Peacock.
Teacup is a new horror thriller that's on Peacock, as in the TV show,
Oh, okay.
as in the channel. But
Yeah.
have you seen it, Kev? Teacup.
I've seen the trailer, but yeah, it does interest
My
me.
word, it looks epic. It's
I'll
got
have to
that
check
guy
out
putting
Teacup.
that like line around then people's home, being like, "Do not cross it," with the mask on and that, like gas mask.
Teacup.
And they're like, just
I'm
put
gonna write
Teacup. Write Teacup show in your phone right now and look
I'm
at what
writing
comes
Teacup
up
right
first
now.
thing. The first image. The first image would be a gas mask.
I'm writing
Teacup,
Teacup.
that's in TEA cup.
Yep,
I got
show.
it. I got it in there.
And then look at the first things up is like some creepy gas mask.
Oh yeah. No, I've seen the trailer for it. It looks good. It's got that woman that I really like. Yes,
It
Maggie
looks excellent.
Chenoweth. No, that's a character. Yvonne Stravosky.
Yeah, it looks brilliant. But it's on Peacock, which I don't have.
She's the bad woman in Handmaid's Tale. Yeah,
it's like
she's
another one of
Serena.
them, like spin-off things like Shudder and that. I think you have to pay extra for. But
She's
I don't
amazing.
have it. So.
She's in a Predator film as well.
And she's Dexter's
I
love
love
interest.
her.
She's amazing.
She's incredible.
They're making another season of Dexter.
She's in
And I
Dexter,
think it's a
yeah.
prequel.
I've never watched Dexter, but I
It's a
really want to
prequel,
start
though.
watching it.
It seems like a good program, but I've never watched it either.
Oh, guys, you got to see it. Yeah, Michael C. Hall is amazing. But they're making a prequel of it, I think, with a different actor, which is really exciting.
That sounds interesting. So is someone younger playing Dexter?
Yeah, like as he comes to America and before he becomes a blood analyst and stuff. It's so clever though because he becomes a blood spatter analyst for the like FBI or the Miami police or something. Like it's so good. It's so good, Kevin. You'll love it, man.
I know it does seem like something I'd like to watch. I'm sure I've seen a couple of episodes, but like randomly because they're on back when TV was a thing. Just like you caught a bit of an episode. Shall I tell you? Because I'm not gonna. I might do a spoiler special, but do you want to hear a little bit about Heretic?
Yeah.
Or was James going for a wee wee?
Probably.
All right.
What did we watch this week? On Cinema Selection.
So, Heretic. Have you seen the trailer for it properly?
Mate, it looks incredible. It looks like the Saw team got involved. Like the concept of psychological kind of choices, and they have.
Yeah, it looked like there's going to be like an escape room scenario or something, didn't it?
Yeah. Is it not that?
No,
That's interesting.
but yes, but no.
But that's really interesting because even the way that like the way that they cut it together, they make it like everything is a choice.
The maze, don't they?
And even the way that the heretic comes as like a jigsaw in the way it goes.
It's difficult to describe without giving you spoilers, but the trailer shows a 3D map of the house, which is an unusual house, and he lifts the top off and you can see the little things, and the poster is him carving little people and placing them and kind of orchestrating where they'll go. It's not as much about that as you might think.
That's interesting.
And that's all I'll say on that subject.
Sure.
I think as an atheist, this is a fantastic film.
Very clever.
If you have any faith in religion at all, this is going to piss you off.
Wow.
But then it might redeem itself, if that makes sense.
No, that's clever. I tell you, I was thinking of something really messed up when I saw the trailer of it, though. Do you remember on the news, like many, many years ago, there was the father who built like tunnels to a room where he was, I think he got his own daughter pregnant or something. It's really messed up stuff. And it was on the news, and they had like a 2-page article of it.
Yeah, the Austrian guy.
Yeah. And I thought, this
James will
sounds so
know him. He loves that sort of shit.
Yeah, but I was thinking that would make a fascinating either documentary series. Definitely that. But like a drama TV series or a film, even though it's messed up because it's based on real people. But the concept of it, I know they had a film called Room.
I was going to say Room, yeah.
Yeah, but for me...
With Brie Larson, prior to Marvel.
Yeah, but for me, I feel like if it had more of the kind of mechanics of it, and you see like, like them almost building the, like coming up with like...
Getting ready to do it.
Yeah, but and it's like you see them ordering the parts, and like you've got neighbors like wondering what they're doing, and then they're coming up with lies and saying, "Oh, I'm just building a new conservatory," and then you see he's building all these secret tunnels, and
I've got the name.
Diddy, I guess maybe
I've a bit of P Diddy. I've got the name, and James's ears going to twig. Joseph Fritzl.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking about. Fritz.
We're talking about Knocky
Legend
Knocky
in
with
planning
Joseph.
permission.
Knocky Knocky with Joseph Fritzl.
Knocky knocky, who's there? No one. Fuck off.
I mean, if I was him, I'd be more annoyed the neighbours. They couldn't get planning permission for their shed, let alone what he did.
Yeah, that's just what I was just saying though. But I was saying, James, wouldn't that make a really interesting kind of Netflix kind of drama series? Oh,
Yeah, I
Planning
know he's still
permission
there.
with
He's
Fritzl.
checking his.
No.
When that happens, he's just checking his phone on another screen.
it was just like he was like,
Not
yeah, just
gone.
talk to the hand, you know.
I mean, it would definitely give a definite thing to like changing rooms, wouldn't it? Or
Yeah.
like grand designs.
I mean, the only
We're
thing
gonna
is,
make this really awesome house, but it's really weird like dungeon in the back. Why are you doing that? Dumbass.
but you'd only worry that there'll be people there like taking notes. They'll be like, and that's what you order. It'd be like,
I mean,
guys,
did
this
he
isn't
get
a list
planning
of what to do.
permission?
I
Yeah.
don't think planning permission is difficult to get when you're going underground because no one can see you dig if you're using spoons.
Yeah.
And so James, we're going to ignore what just happened to James. So James, I was just saying, I just went to see Heretic. I wasn't giving anything away.
Yes.
You know, I won't say anything important. But if you're into religion, it'll probably piss you off a little bit. It's very much an
You have a
atheist
laugh. You know who
film.
you're talking to.
It's very Hugh. Like the two girls are in fucking credible, and
Yeah.
I'm not taking away anything from Hugh Grant because Hugh Grant is clearly the absolute master of this film. But Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East, wow! I don't know
Is it
much
a
about them
three-way?
before.
Not a three. Is it a three-hander?
It is a three-way. There's a fourth way, and it's Topher Grace, which you'll know from that 70s show. This guy,
Oh yeah.
he's in it for like less than 2 minutes. He's
played
kind of like
Venom.
he's like the most pointless guy. Take that off
Is that what he says?
now,
Oh, I thought that's what he says in Heretic. I thought you were doing a quote from that guy.
and then burn it. Post it to me,
Just
and
you
I'll
wait till tomorrow, Kev.
post it to me, and I'll take a shit in it.
Kev, just you wait till tomorrow. He's back.
For the people listening, James has put on the Trump supporting red hat that we all know and love and hate and despise and love, depending
He's
on which
back.
side of the
Tomorrow,
spectrum on.
he's back.
The favourite thing about this podcast is that you get someone like me and you get someone like James who are either end of the massive double-ended dildo that is
This time
American
tomorrow,
politics.
Kev, he's back.
Or like a stick.
Wait, I
with
got a question
dog
to you,
shit on the
Kev.
end.
How confident are you that Kamala's going to win?
I don't care. So with Heretic,
If Trump wins, will you wear a MAGA hat?
if Trump wins, I'll jump out of my window.
Will you wear a MAGA
only
hat
first
live?
floor. I might sprain an ankle, but I'll be fine.
Kev, will you wear a MAGA hat live if he wins?
Definitely not.
Pussy.
Will you shoot yourself in the face if Kamala wins?
No, I'll just feel
So
like I'm the
so we're
most
equal.
intelligent person in the room when she's there.
We're equal. But going back to Heretic, Hugh Grant is the fucking man. He is
Master.
so terrifying. Like, makes my skin crawl terrifying. And logical and honest and coherent that you listen to every word he says.
Would you say it's a very clever film in the sense of like,
Genius.
I was going to say like the kind of the questions at play, like as in what it's kind of saying about
It's
saying
like a,
religion.
yeah,
and
it's
all
like a
that.
film of two halves about religion. The first half is him basically teasing the girls about religion and saying
Almost testing their faith, I guess. in a way.
testing their faith, and then he presents what he thinks about faith, and he is a scholar. He's been studying religion his entire life to find the one true religion, and his conclusion is, I'm not going to tell you. And then the second half of the film is him trying to prove / disprove / test / what the fuck is going on film. So first half makes sense. Second half, what the absolute Jesus Christ.
Is it so good that would you watch it again? Is it like one of those ones, as in like I can't wait to watch it again, or is it like once you've watched it?
I think I would, even though it's one of those films where when you know the end, you know the end.
Oh, okay.
But the journey was so good. I would like to see it again from that different perspective, which is rare for a horror, because once you watch a horror, unless it's just gore and slashing, you don't want to see it again.
Can I just say, like, I know I always use this, I always talk about this film kind of just like James does, really, but I'm going to say 7. But isn't it strange that even though when you know the outcome of 7, I've seen 7 so many times, I can't tell you. But
the journey of 7 is fun, though. It's not
in some messed up
happening
way.
Ending. It's a journey of fun.
Yeah, it's
disgusting
really
fun.
like that kind of cat and mouse thing and how he's playing games. And I always feel every time I watch that, though, I learn something new. Because did I tell you that he shoots John Doe 7 times?
You did.
Yeah.
You did, James. Yeah.
There's loads of little things that when you keep revisiting films, I love that little Easter eggs. Anyway.
Well, yeah, actually, that is an Easter egg. Fair enough. Oh, I was going to do this in the first 5 minutes, and it's now 45 minutes. But I've got a show and tell, and James is going to guess what it is.
Back to school with Rage Whale. Here's show and tell.
A vinyl.
Obviously a vinyl.
Fuck's sake.
A coloured one.
Just Route 1. So,
The only thing you spend your money on.
Is it jelly again? No. Whoa.
Better Lovers
That
album.
gatefold.
Highly Irresponsible.
It is a gatefold. I like
That
it.
is awesome.
And fireworks on the back. And this is what it looks like.
That's incredible.
Can we
I
just
just
pick
got
a
my
point
cat.
there? I have a tradition every Halloween to watch every bonfire night to watch a certain film. One of my favourite films of all time.
Do you know who this band is first before we switch to that?
No.
It's a band called Better Lovers.
Well, I guess that from the title.
And that it's basically all of Every Time I Die
Every time I Kev.
with a new singer, Greg Picuccio from Dillinger Escape Plan.
It's really nice.
Is that the guy that gave you artwork because you were in the back of a van with him?
To get rid of him, yeah.
Back of the bus.
And not tell the police what he did to him. Drew, I have a Guy Fawkes tradition to watch one of my favourite films of all time.
Oh, hang on, wait, let me guess.
It was set in Salisbury,
Hang on.
up the road.
It's the one...
Lark Hill, actually.
It's the one with the girl...
I'll give you a clue. You know the
Natalie
agent
Portman's
from
in it.
Matrix?
Natalie Portman's
The
in it.
agent from the Matrix?
Yeah, Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
And it's
V
the
for
one of...
Vendetta.
V for Vendetta, that's the one. I still haven't seen that film. I need to see it, but I know
one's seen.
I know you love
You've
it.
never seen it.
This is my show and tell, which I think is really cool.
It's a green t-shirt.
Well, no, but not just that though. Like you can see.
We'll have to wait for the playback for this one. What is it?
Is it really? So when my mum and dad went to Greece, they always get me these T-shirts, and like
green one.
Well, no, they've got different ones, and there's a blue one up there as well. But it's funny because like the first one they got me was a guy like an astronaut on a planet, like throwing like a paper airplane. It's like the idea of like you can achieve things and blah 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 and a cool artwork and stuff. But this one is a guy pushing the Earth up a hill, and it was during the time of like me carrying a lot of crazy things in life, and it was just so mad that when I was juggling all of these things, that was a really intense moment in my life where I literally felt that way. And then they came back, and Mum was like, "I had this T-shirt, and I thought about you," and I was like, "So you could tell that I was literally pushing the Earth up a hill."
Wait, Drew, that's nice.
nice.
But can I just clarify something? Have you not seen V for Vendetta?
No, I haven't, man.
Kev?
Yeah, ages ago.
It is one of the greatest films ever created, and nowadays it makes way more sense after lockdown.
Has it aged really well, would you
It's
say?
aged phenomenally.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because since lockdown, the whole film was filmed however many years ago as if lockdown was a thing.
No
and now,
way.
like, it has happened. Like, you see it and you're like, oh,
It's
shit.
got more relevance now because of it.
It makes way more relevance now.
Ooh.
It's probably the only film ever made that has been more relevant as years go on.
Wow.
It is nuts. And you look at it and you think, that could actually happen.
But it has technically almost happened, right?
And it has.
But you look at it, it was filmed like 20 years ago, over like late 90s. You're like, oh, that's crazy, the world's mental, it would never happen like that. And now you look at it and be like, we're not that far off.
Guys,
It's insane. Watch it.
I still can't believe the episode before this was Bonami. I'm still in shock, man. I'm still
I'm
in
going to keep
shock.
coming back to that. You know what? When I looked at the 1 minute silence signed CDs, I had to go under these ones, which was I've got 5 Machine Head albums all signed.
Kev, if you want to gift me anything, gift me that 1 minute silence album.
Got Burn My Eyes, Burning Red, Hell Alive, Supercharger, The More Things Change, and Through the Ashes of Empire.
Yeah, more importantly, you missed what I said. If you want to gift me anything, gift me that 1 minute silence album.
I'm still waiting for my 3D headset you were going to gift me.
I've got one sat right here, actually, but that was like 300 quid, Kev. Like,
You told me you'd put it in the post box. You told me, you said you don't use that one. You've upgraded.
I don't. It's like, right, in fact, the box of it is... Where is the box for it?
Basically, if you gave that away, you couldn't have a stand for your mobile phone to be on this podcast. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm using the box for the third one.
Basically giving away
one.
part of his studio, Kev.
The box for the second one is just out that door, I know.
Give me your VR headset. Give me a VR headset, you penis.
But...
Is that an Oculus? Is that like an Oculus thing, you mean?
I don't know. I'm interested to test it. I don't particularly want one, but maybe having one would make me change my mind.
So this is the one I've got going spare.
We'll just send it in the post then.
It's really pixelated on my end. Ooh.
Send it in the post.
Watching movies on it is insane. You can choose where you sit in the cinema and everything.
Send it in the post. I'll send you 10 quid for the post or whatever.
10 quid for the post.
Yeah.
That's...
Oh,
do you know what? Actually, for a laugh, you've got a Facebook account and stuff, haven't you?
a face. Yeah.
You don't have to have a Facebook account to sign into it, but it does help because it's easier. But if you send me, I'll find out how much it would cost to get shipped. It'd be more than a tenner. If you pay shipping, I'll send it to you.
Deal.
But you have to promise you'll watch, like, you have to log into it and download some stuff. Things like Netflix and that are all free, Prime, blah, blah, blah. But you have to actually learn to use it and use it.
Deal.
Okay?
And you have to get Sadie to film you using it so there's proof.
Yeah. Go to the post office and ask how much this weight costs to ship, and I'll pay it.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I'll take it off
I
your
probably
mom's
won't ship it
account.
in that box. I'll ship it in its hard case that I've bought afterwards.
Oh yeah, make it heavier. Brilliant.
Well, no, it's in a hard case, then you can just like actually use it properly rather than put it in a cardboard
Yeah,
box and
triple the
put it
weight
back
for
in there.
postage. 10 quid goes to 50 quid. Sounds
Give me
like
a free VR headset right here. Like, you're paying like 20 quid for like a £300 headset. It's not that bad.
oh, that thing you don't use anymore because you've subsided it 3 times.
Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, the Netflix experience is exactly the same. Like, it makes no difference.
Do you, on a side note, do you want to hear? We've got a few guests lined up for the next few weeks.
Yeah, I heard you saying.
got?
Who was that?
Well, there's more pending, but the guarantees we've got. So next week we have our regular, which is going to be Michael, and I think I think we're all in
We
agreement.
meshed now because we're conspiracy guys.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Is the
Terminator thing.
wait a minute? Is the American vote this week?
Tomorrow. It's
Right.
happened the last week.
So this is
The results are either tomorrow. You'll either get the result tomorrow, or it'll be in about 5 days.
so this is the best/worst time to have Michael on next week as a
When
Trump
Michael's
supporter.
on, it'll be decided.
What I mean is, next week we'll have you and Michael against me and Drew.
Well, we'll know. We'll know who
Politically.
wins next week.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but either way, you'll still be fighting it. You'll be like, it's a fake vote. If you
No,
lost.
Have you seen?
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it. Votes, you know,
Have
it
you-
happens.
Did you see it?
You know, it's
Did you see
50-50.
Michael's Terminator thing with his family? I was like, best mum and dad
so
ever.
good. So
Right.
good. Oh,
Do you
What
see
I
when he
say
did the
is
run?
50-50 at the
Do you see
moment.
when he
So
did the
it's
run
like,
in the
who knows?
car park? Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
T1000.
Yeah,
Just scroll through Michael's Instagram because
mate, it's insane.
for anyone else listening, it's Mr. O. Mr. O, I think it is. If you check out his Instagram, he does Halloween hard.
Yeah,
He also does family hard in the sense that he will always do fun stuff with his kids. All his stuff is about him and his kids doing some mad shit. He's a top tier father, like James.
Yeah, tomorrow is the event.
We're not
And
talking
then
about
the
it. I just
decision
wanted
could
to.
either be tomorrow or it could take 3 days. Last time, I think it took 4 days.
Probably take a week because he'll bitch and moan.
No, it's not about that. It's about counting because they do it digitally. They do it like post. There's all different swing states, so it takes time to do all these different things.
So here's a couple of teasers. I won't give you everyone, but here's a couple of teasers. So next week we've got Michael. So we're just going hardcore on generic movies of some sort. If anyone's got anything in particular, brilliant. The week after, we have a previous postponed guest who had to cancel, and he should be back if he doesn't cancel again. It's Ross from Andover Cinema to talk about
Hey.
cinema,
That son of a bitch, yeah.
the behind the scenes stuff of how cinema works. Out of all the guests, I love all the guests, but I'm really interested in hearing about behind the cinema, how they book stuff, how it affects the profits, margins, the stacks, the cinema tickets, how they make a living, because it's
Well, Ross works in CX day to
has
day.
he signed a waiver to be able to divulge that information?
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll either be
then
fine or it'll be fired after that episode.
in December, we've got a couple, but the person we've got on that I'm interested in specifically is, I forget her name. So I think her name's KC. I don't know her actual name, but goes by the initials KC. And if you remember Drew, I think you saw it, I can't remember, when we posted a video about talking about The Crow, she replied to one of our messages with this. It said, when I mentioned about the new Crow film, she put, I need to go and see The Crow for myself, even though it's shit. Like, she literally
Yeah. Wait, is this?
expects to be shit. And it's Incandescent Inferno. Drew, you know her as a poet? She's replied, the original The Crow was filmed in my hometown, Wilmington, NC. My dad helped out on some of the
Is
sets.
that North Carolina?
Probably, yes. It's in the southern states, but the top part. So yeah,
Will she have photographs of?
I'm getting to it.
Wow.
He has the blueprints to this day. He almost threw them away, and I screamed, waiting to sell them to the right collector. So
Mate.
she is going to look out the original blueprints for The Crow,
I will pay.
and her dad worked on the film,
I want one.
and she is coming on this podcast.
Are you going to be dropping
me
another
more.
few thousand on that episode? Like, I'll buy it.
I mean, I don't think if she's in her right mind, if I gave her five grand, she ain't selling that. She'd be
Yeah,
insane
yeah,
to
yeah.
give that to me for anything.
Yeah, that's.
I completely
that's a
forgot
nest egg
something,
right
by the
there.
way. I completely forgot something that was really relevant to this tonight. We're talking about it's Halloween, it's horror, right? I
No, that
went
was
to
last
Tully's
episode.
farm. I went to Tully's farm last week.
Oh
Where
shit!
farm?
Yeah. Tully's farm.
Tully's farm.
What's Tully's farm? I remember.
But
I know what it
Halloween,
is.
You've
but
got
I
your
don't know.
phone on you now, yeah, Kev? Google Shocktoberfest Tully's farm.
The Halloween
And look at the
farm, man.
video on their main page. It's called Shocktoberfest Tully's Farm. Watch the video on their main page.
Are you in it?
It's huh?
Are you in the
No,
video?
but we went there. It is
Oh.
ridiculous. We did like 8 of the 12 events that were there. And like the last one, we had to put bags on our heads and like go around these mazes and stuff. It is fucking terrifying. But I was laughing my ass off. One of the mazes was an old blockbuster. You had to go to old blockbuster movies.
I'm into that.
Are you watching it, Kev? The main video with like the fire breathers, the dancers, and all like the people jumping out and stuff.
Yeah, it looks cool, man.
We went there,
now.
and no, look at the video. The video is terrifying. And we went there, and one of the ones you went through an old like town. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, watch that. Yeah, you're watching.
I'm seeing it. Yeah, it's crazy.
And we went to that, and you basically get like there's 12 experiences. We did 8 in the time we were there, and
Dude, there's axe throwing.
it was nuts. It was nuts.
There's axe throwing.
Absolutely nuts. The one we went to was like a town, and you went to this old blockbuster video with like strobe light and stuff. People jumping out everywhere, and you went to old milk float in the street that was there with zombies. There was one that was like a prison, one that was like a maze where they had the big pillows, like these inflatable pillows that were like that next to each other. You had to squeeze through the middle, so it was really claustrophobic up to your chest. And then at the end, you had to go down, so just go into the pillows, like so you had to go through it. And then you had to walk around. There was just lasers. You couldn't see anything. Because there was so much smoke. But the last one, yeah, they put bags on our heads, so you couldn't see anything. You'd have to like follow this rope around that went into like a chain, and you had to like follow it around this maze. It was wicked.
Are you sure you're not talking about IKEA?
Wait,
Yeah.
You didn't take Reef to this. This is adult, right?
No, yeah, no, it was me and Dan Pitts went.
Yeah, I was
it
going
was
to
brilliant.
say.
It was excellent, and there was like live music. There was like DJs and stuff playing. And, like it was crazy. There was them actors. There was hundreds of actors. They were everywhere, like jumping out at you, like screaming and stuff. I'll send you a couple of pictures and videos afterwards.
I once did so it was Halloween, and me and my mate Adam were at this nightclub, and we were dressed. We were in this cage, and we were both dressed as kind of zombies. And they put us in like full makeup and everything. And I remember we were
in G-strings in a cage in public.
With special K.
No, we were just dressed as like zombies.
You know, cornflakes over you while you're dancing.
Zombies, and it was like 10 till 2 in the morning. And I remember we got paid really well, but it was such a weird gig being in these cages and just like people coming up to the cage and we'd just be like zombies and just like you'd have all these drunk people getting their pictures taken with you, and it was quite a small cage, but it was just
it was awesome. You would have loved it, Kev. It was so cool.
It was cool.
I've been to off topic, but I've been to a couple of gigs this week. So last Thursday, I went to see. Does anyone remember the Blue Tones? That's a long silence. That's my thing, though. If you get out before September.
Yeah, I remember him.
Remember. Yeah, and then I saw Paul Weller on Friday at a 2-gig, 2-night scenario.
What?
And Paul Weller is absolute soul god, absolute legend, absolute master. Love him. And I checked, he was my 11th gig I've ever been to back in 2002. My 11th gig was Paul Weller, and I'm still seeing him to this day, 23 years later.
Wow.
And this reference to last episode 72, and her name is Joanna.
Peter.
Joanna.
He's frozen.
Peter.
Lost Profits ticket. 2002 Lost Profits ticket. Pedo
What?
Maximus.
No ways.
Great music, though.
Well, not great music. First album was great. Second album was average.
Last Summer is still a banger.
After second album was bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Last Summer, was the tune, wasn't it?
I've got a weird question to ask you.
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja in Last Summer.
You know the episode Emma was on? Emma, Kate, and you guys.
Yes.
How did you find that meditation?
Delightful. James does it all the time. James does it
all the time, yeah.
Is that something you've incorporated into
several times a day?
Oh wow, okay.
I don't do it. I thought about it bizarrely. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was last night. I had trouble sleeping. I went to bed. Me and Sadie had watched like a comedy, like little show for like an hour, and she's out like a light. And I usually take about an hour to fall asleep, and your brain's going crazy. Yeah. And so I literally thought about that scenario, and I thought, I couldn't remember how she said it or the way she said it, but I was thinking basically head, shoulders, knees, and toes, but really slowly, like a mantra. So doing that, and I think it helped.
Yeah, because that,
I don't know.
Because listening to that bit where she's talking about the different parts of the body and how they feel, it does make you more conscious of those parts, and awareness helps you to take your mind off what is going on inside your head when you're thinking about the feeling of something or the weight of something or the sound of something. And I think that's almost like a clever magic trick to overcome sporadic thoughts or intrusive thoughts, or
Yeah. And I said in the last episode I was going to her place on Friday, so that was last Friday. So me and Emma did a podcast at her house.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
Well, we spent about an hour and a half setting up lighting and camera because she was rushing from Manchester.
Oh, wow.
But we had a good chat. I won't say what we discussed. If it gets sorted, I'll ask her to send it to me, and I'll maybe even share it as a bonus Ragewell episode.
Cool.
It was deep, but it wasn't like I thought we'd go into different subjects, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was really interesting, and it was really weird being asked questions because I don't think I've been asked questions on here before. It's just I was putting stuff out or just chatting. So I got asked questions, so it was quite interesting. But I enjoyed it, and Emma is going to probably succeed us massively in the podcasting section because her voice, her demeanor, her subject matter is going to.
Well, it's different,
but also
different things, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say different strokes for different folks. I mean, that's the realm she's going into is obviously very current, and because obviously it taps into, was it like mental health, I guess, but it's also it's about making people realize they're more than just being,
but we'll get her back and we'll do some collabs, man. We'll do some collabs.
Yeah.
She was saying that because she's trying to go into the not super serious, like if a joke happens, but we are a little bit silly at times. So, and plus the social clips that I cut for Instagram and stuff like that, I'm not putting out a 2-minute thing about us all close to tears, even though that might have happened. That's not is going to engage us. It will be a serious bit that ends up in a joke, which goes into laughter, even though it's a serious chat. That's more engaging for our brand, I think. So I shared a few things.
The general populace, that's more engaging.
Yeah, so I shared about 10 clips with Emma, for instance, and she probably shared 3 of them because the other 7 weren't appropriate for her brand. And that makes sense. And she was like, "I'm so sorry, I love that, but I'm trying to set this." She hasn't started yet. I'm trying to set this up, and that clip was so good, but then you started talking about balls and furry arseholes, so I couldn't put it out.
I think we have an advantage that we don't have a brand. We can share everything we always have done. Serious, funny, blah, blah, blah. I think that's the key.
Yeah. I like that people come here and they get honesty, And
But you never know what an episode's going to bring. It is like a box of
Yeah.
chocolates, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, me and Emma had a really serious chat. One of the earliest chats we had was actually about communication and listening to each other. And I said, look, I said I saw a clip on social media, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen, but it is emotionally resonant. And it was like people on Call of Duty, headsets. Oh, the video was just
Is that, wait 2 seconds, is that the guy who says, what would you guys do if I had like real issues? And they were like, yeah, I would love to go to your funeral and knew that I could have changed the outcome.
yes, that
They're
one.
like, I hope this is really mentally scarring for you. And they're like, would you
didn't-
help me? He's like, no.
I
No,
didn't
would
say
you not help
that.
me at all? No.
What?
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Bloke's chatting, and he goes, if I needed help, could I come to you guys to chat? And without a heartbeat, one guy goes, nope. And then someone else follows up, and they get worse and get more aggressive with their like. He goes like, yeah, like, fuck off. You've got mental issues. You can like choke, like, and it's so severely horrible.
It's so funny though.
But it's so funny because when you're listening to it, those boys would have each other's backs no matter what.
Yeah.
But when he goes, I would love to go to your funeral and know that I could have changed the outcome. It's like, you're so
And every single one of them goes, no, that's too much. And
He's like, could I count you guys? They're like, no, absolutely not.
no. but that's the sort of joke I would say to James. And, for instance, but knowing full well that my joke means yes, of course.
Yeah.
Meant it, come to me. And even in a serious chat, even if we had a serious conversation about stuff, I would always be there to listen, and I'd be there seriously to help people. But as blokes, for some reason, I don't know what it is, you want to not make light of a situation, but if you said, I've got a problem, can I come to you? I wouldn't go, yeah, of course. I would say, shut up, mate, of course you can. Like, even that is a...
Defense mechanism.
Is an sincere response. Like, Drew, if you said, I'm struggling, can I chat to you? Of course it's yes. I would say yes.
Depends what time it is.
But I wouldn't say yes. I'd say, shut up, you moron. Come chat to me.
Yeah,
It's 4 in the morning.
It's like a put down before a put up.
It's the same response, but it's like,
I
don't know, man chat, which,
it's
like you say,
disguised anytime, bro. Yeah.
You moron. Yeah.
Moron, yeah.
But we all mean the same thing. And I think that's important. I think that's a really weird scenario. And it's the sort of thing like, if anyone we didn't know said any of those things to us, that's fighting talk. But when it's friends, it's like, that guy loves me. Drew's doing some
He's
yoga.
ready for bed.
Well, no, my ass has gone to sleep, man. I'm on the side of the bed here, and my ass has gone to sleep.
Well, should we wrap it up then, shall we? 'Cause it's getting a bit late, isn't it?
I think so.
Let's go and watch Infested.
It's getting a bit long in the tooth.
You've already seen it, right?
I've watched a bit of it.
Oh, mate, I watched it today.
Is it really good? I told you.
Genuinely, remove Emmanuel
I've
from this
watched on the
conversation.
first bit of it.
Remove Emmanuel Bonami from this conversation, right?
Never.
Forget he exists. Watch
How
the
dare
film
you.
as a film. It's fucking amazing. It's gritty. It's like a British gritty. I wouldn't even say horror, but it is creepy as fuck. It's like a, I don't know. It's just
Thriller,
like a gritty.
thriller.
It's like a gritty British drama with
It's French.
tense moments, but in French.
Well,
Yeah,
my
perfect.
stuff's getting unplugged, so we should say that was a very successful night.
Good time.
Quality. I don't know how I'm going to
Sleep
do
tonight.
socials for this because I wrote nothing down.
In your little handwriting.
Dude, you're going to have to watch.
It's quite almost like we recorded it, so it's quite lucky, isn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry. Do you have a spare 4 hours to listen back and then cut clips and then put timestamps and then record it and then cut? There's
There's a lot of work behind the scenes, James. We realize this.
Yeah.
James, you
lot
turn
of
up like
masturbations
Tom
too.
Cruise. Like, you just turn up and everything's done, and then you go away, and it's like there's a lot of setting,
Yeah.
and planning, and twisting and turning. And
Just show up my GIMP mask and then off we go.
I've started writing stuff down, but I forgot this episode because I was having too much fun and I was too distracted. So great success.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Can you believe we got Bonami and within 7 months we got a famous French actor in just by taking the piss that no one knew who he was?
Yeah, 6 months. 6 months
Well, I
from
think
May.
it's-
It was.
We've
It
been
was.
doing this for
insane.
7, but we've been talking about him for 6.
It was lovably so, though, wasn't it? I think maybe he's, yeah.
He's a beautiful man in all ways because I said
what a guy. What a guy.
that Kate might want to split you and your partner up, and she will and all this sort of stuff. And he goes, "Yeah, that's cool, man. We can have a chat." I'm like,
Eh, oui, oui.
you're not
Eh,
what
oui,
I-
oui.
It's like, nah, that's cool.
He is the coolest
Right.
cat.
We will get him on for another episode. I'm
Well,
sure he's be up for it. Like a proper hour. I even though, Kate's going to listen to us and hate me for it. But maybe it should just be. Maybe we can sneak Kate in. But maybe it should just be us three talking. Nothing to do with Emmanuel Bonami. Just films and Bonami and being involved in
That'd be
film
cool.
chat.
But maybe that could be about foreign films.
like
Though. Maybe
Michael
we could
does.
actually talk about films from different countries that we love. Like we could just go proper global on it. Like
Well, I've got a
Asian
few
films,
French films I like. Just
French
didn't have them
films.
in the barrel tonight because I didn't know who's coming.
Spanish
I know.
films, German films, all kinds
Well,
of.
yeah, we don't have to go that. Like Emmanuel Bonami is aware of America and Britain, so
Yeah,
we
of
can
course,
just
yeah,
chat
of course,
about.
yeah. American,
We can
British.
just chat about films. So maybe us three in films and see
Favourite
if Kate wants to join.
Favorite
Okay.
actors,
I think she'll be too
Kick off
angry.
then.
if not.
favorite mannequins.
Don't go anywhere for a second. Let me just press it. Good nightin.
Good night.
What's French for good night? It's not
Au
au revoir.
revoir.
Not au revoir.
No, that's goodbye.
Bon
Bon
Amen.
nuit. Bon nuit.
bon anniversaire.
Bonami.
Bon nuit.
It's
Bon-
bon nuit, I think, isn't it?
No, bon ami is
Oh God,
Bye,
just
friend.
end it.
Good
Good
friend.
man.
Bon ami, bon nuit.
bon
End it on reader.
nuit. Bon spider.
Oh my God, I hate you.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a whale of a time.